Hey everyone, and welcome to the Stories of Weird Live, the video podcast where weird people give weird commentary about weird things. I'm your host, Weston, joined by your co-host, Victoria, and Corey is out being weird somewhere, doing weird things. Because, you can only keep the weirdness in a podcast for so long before you start having to go out and ditch the podcast to go and just wreak havoc on the world and make news, essentially. Weird news.
I'm totally awaiting, just to, after this, to either see him just go, guys, you won't believe what I did, or to see him on the news and just go, oh, I know him, and just sit back and eat my popcorn.
Yep. It's like, I knew he would do something running naked across the street. I just knew it.
Dibs on his story if he becomes one, because I'll totally just pun it up is what I will do.
Well, that sounds
just for him.
Perfectly cool with me. So anyway, since tomorrow is Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day.
Sorry, go on.
No, so I was gonna say, since tomorrow's Valentine's Day,
that is as cynical as I've ever heard you.
Good. Well,
so tomorrow's Valentine's Day,
and I got this girl I'm supposed to see. We're gonna have dinner and do things together. Yeah. So anyway, since that is tomorrow, today our themes are revolving around Valentine's Day. I don't know. Yours is a bit of a stretch for revolving around. Valentine's Day.
It could be a last minute gift, maybe, or for those who want to wake up early on Singles Awareness Day. Now I'm just making myself upset. Anyways, Weston, it's okay. Your face is gonna get stuck like that, and then that's how you're gonna look tomorrow when you see your girl.
This is my romantic face.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, stick around, Mr. Romantic Face. Yeah.
I can't do it anymore.
I'm sorry. We're getting calls from all the ladies right now. All the ladies.
Kayla, I just can't contain this.
So, anyways, on that lovely note, so just to start us off, I have insomnia. It's due from, just stress and everything like that. And it's hard for me to fall asleep. So it's also equally hard for me to wake up. Now, I have a regular alarm clock. It makes an annoying noise that wakes me up.
What particular noise does your alarm clock make?
Oh, it makes a beeping noise that's just the most monotonous sound. It's like at a certain pitch. It's like beep, 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 beep. And it drives me insane. And so... which
means that's why it works, right?
Exactly. That's why it works. Mm-hmm. Some people can listen to music, and they wake up and they're like, oh, I like to just wake up like a Disney princess. And yeah, right. And Weston, yeah. I don't just mean you. Other people do it too.
Well, my dress is in there somewhere. Okay. Yeah.
The little birds tweeting. But, some people they'd rather wake up to something even more pleasant. Personally, I wake up to an annoying noise. Disney princesses wake up to True Love's Kiss or birds singing to them. Mm-hmm. Or you could order this particular alarm clock and wake up to a very, let's just say you get some really good vibrations going on in the morning. Yeah, that's right, folks. It's an alarm clock that it's a waterbed?
It's a waterbed, and someone has to punch it, and that's how you wake up, right? That's the alarm clock. You buy Chuck Norris, you buy him, and then he punches your ocean waterbed, and then you feel vibrations like, whoa, it's time for me to get up.
No, but that sounds way better than the crotch, alarm clock that you put into your underwear before you go to bed, and it's a vibrator. That sounds so much cooler.
So full disclosure for all you young people, this is something that's a little more perhaps mature, so you may want to leave and, fast forward a little bit. It's a little bit mature. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
None of this is okay. None of everything about this is okay. But it's so weird because it's a literal ad. They had a commercial for it, and it's a 26-minute commercial. And it starts off, and this is what really gets me. It starts off with a woman throwing away one of those typical alarm clocks that's round and has little bells on the side. And she's throwing it away, but she's not throwing it away in a home trash can, where you have a little Glad bag in there.
Right. Okay.
No, she's throwing it away in the kind of trash cans you see at a mall. So one, that's pretty sketchy. And two, what is this chick doing sleeping at a mall? Like,
Sometimes
this is,
the beds they sell there are just more comfortable.
yeah, that's why we need this particular alarm clock to wake me up in the mall. Yeah. So anyways, so the ad continues and suddenly you see her in bed and she's covered in a blanket. And then like it shots of her toes curling and you're just going, okay, so it's like a typical sleeping, mattress thing. Maybe that's what
Right.
this is. Like it's a sort of sleep number.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. It is not a sleep number. She suddenly wakes up and she like dead, like locks your eyes and she gives this like weird smile. And then it says, wake up vibe, the vibrating alarm clock for those pleasant wake up mornings. What?
Oh, okay.
Now,
Go ahead. Go. Yeah.
I don't think I could go, but so as they put it, the ad states, be careful of being late. It's addictive. Because we all know that if you're lazy and American, you hit that snooze button more than you hit the gym, and all I can think is no, no. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's just putting a timer on a toy that you have at home. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess that's not really even an alarm clock because an alarm clock does so many other things aside from wake your butt up.
Yeah.
It can be a clock radio. It tells you the time, but you can't read the time unless you're staring at your crotch the entire time. Like, oh, what time is it? It's a quarter to crotch o'clock. Like no. And so anyways, you literally set the timer, you put it in your panties, and when the time comes, you get the idea. Is exactly
Okay.
how they read it.
You get the idea. All right.
Yes.
I think I get it.
So you get an advertised 6 levels of vibration that might keep you in bed a little longer than you planned.
I was gonna say because I can see all the buttons. You have like the whole like iPod button layout.
Like,
so
do you just put it on shuffle? Because no, thank you. I just
that's a cheaper model, right?
You
You don't have a choice. It's forced shuffle.
I guess. Now, I will say this is that you can go to wakeupvibe.com or you can find it on Amazon. And it comes in 3 colors because, it matters. So,
of course.
Yeah. So, anywho, it already has a review from one unhappy customer. I guess they're not getting the type of good buzz that they'd like, pun intended.
Yep.
Anyways, the poster, her name is Lucky. At least I assume it's a her. It could be a man. Anyways, it says if you're looking for an alarm clock like this, you've got one. But if you're looking for an alarm clock that will really pack a punch, it fails to do the trick. Now, my question is, I can sleep through an earthquake. So for people like that can sleep through an earthquake, how is this going to wake you up? I mean, granted, I guess it's an earthquake in your pants, but how is this going to, if you just, some people, like, even when you shake their shoulder, they don't wake up.
Right.
Because they're in such deep REM sleep. They're such a heavy sleeper. So my whole thing is how you got to know your audience if you're going to try and sell this. Now, granted, does that mean then they're going to put in that annoying sound to it so that you're asleep and then you hear it and then you feel it? No, because then that's behavioral conditioning you to not like that feeling.
Right. That wouldn't be good.
There are just so many flaws with this alarm clock. One being that it's in your pants. Also, it's hard and plastic.
So
why?
Easy to clean?
Thank you for being practical. I guess
that's my inner man just has to grab onto anything that's practical about anything. Is it worth buying? Is it practical? Maybe not.
Okay,
maybe
so
not.
so you have an inner man, but I'm afraid to ask what's on the outer part.
Princess with birds.
Sorry,
and
that's right.
singing.
I knew that.
Yep.
But it's hard and plastic. Okay, now again, you have to be comfortable when you go to sleep.
So they say.
Okay, you'd like to probably most of the time.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say the majority of people would like to be comfortable when they go to sleep. How is that comfortable? I'm sorry, but personally, I'd be so aware that it was gonna go off at any moment. I'm just like, nope, nope. I've got 2 hours. I can't do this. No,
Oh gosh.
I mean, it's just that like it's like the impending doom of something. Like I hate the alarm clock, period. I really do. And I just thought of other reasons why this is a bad idea to use like daily. But aside from that, I just if you're going to use an alarm clock, if you want something practical,
Yeah.
just buy a regular alarm clock. If you want something that will give you a little bit of a wake up buzz in the morning, just
Bottle of
have
Jack.
Well, there goes my personal life right on the internet.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
It's the breakfast of champions, folks. No, I'm legit terrified of what some people will buy and what some people will sell. So, hey, if you are lonely tomorrow morning and you're afraid you're just going to sleep through because, it's Valentine's Day, you hit up Amazon and for $92 to $96, you too can have a wakey shake up vibe in the morning.
So, so when you're looking at the reviews, was that just Amazon that you're looking at?
Oh, no, they only have one review ever.
Ever? Well, that's not good. They need to get more
Yes.
testimonials.
Well, it's testimonies. It's
Yes.
okay. It's a brand new kind of product. So
Okay.
yeah, so give them a little time. And we'll see if they can alarm any more people. But kudos to the American dream of entrepreneurialism and invention.
Invention. That's what we do. We patent things.
Yeah, yes. As long as the patent stays out of my panties, I think I'm fine. So, so yeah, that's pretty much the weirdest thing that I found this week, and I still am trying to mentally cleanse myself.
So, in what circumstance, if any circumstance, what would be the only circumstance if you had to buy it? When you'd buy it?
If I had to buy it,
I'm not saying you have to buy it for yourself. I'm just saying you would have to buy it.
if I absolutely had to buy it,
Mm-hmm.
if I absolutely had to buy it, it better be the reason better be that I that like I need to wake up. It's like apocalypse time or something, and I'm the only one that can save us, and it's the only alarm clock there. And guess what? It is not going to be anywhere near my underwear region.
Right.
No. If anything, that's a neck massager. And it better be brand new because I'm not going to go buy it used off eBay or anything like that. Because no.
It might be a little awkward for a shoulder massager. I'm just looking at the, the curvature.
It looks like an athletic cup. Like,
Yeah,
who
that
just
it
takes
does.
a baseball player's cup and then is like, yeah, this is a great idea to make into a clock. I'm telling you, I don't understand. I don't know.
All right, one more question. So you were mentioning snooze. So I forgot. Did you say that this did have snooze or it did not?
You
don't
can
know?
turn it off. It has a manual function too.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's always good. Yeah.
So let's put it this way. There's snooze and then there's linger. I don't know. I don't know. So
Okay.
anyways, it's weird to me. I'm not a fan, but hey, kudos to them for putting it out there.
There you go. All
Not
right.
putting it
well,
out there.
So, after you describe the video, I will try to put the link to the YouTube advertisement video for the what is it called again? The Wake Up Vibe.
Wake up vibe, yes, sir.
Wake Up Vibe. Okay, well, I will try to put that in the description because I know you all you mature people that should be watching. I was like, wait, you should be watching it. Like, I don't know about that.
No,
I take that,
our
no.
target audience does not have the word mature in it unless it's connected to the word immature.
Ah, okay. Well, there you have
Yeah.
it. Okay, well, let us move on then into something perhaps a little less erotic. And I am going to call my particular story is Breaking Records for Love or Cash. Because
See, when you say breaking records for love, I think of somebody with that Meatloaf album where he says, I would do anything for love, and they just cracking it. Like, that's what I think of. But anyways, go on.
Okay, so I have actually before in one of our previous stories of weird episodes, I'm a huge fan of Guinness Book of World Records because I think it's just, you have all these really talented people, albeit some very interesting, perhaps not practical talents, but either way, the talented and a lot of perseverance to do a lot of the things that people have won records for. Well, recently there's been just a re-release of, I don't think there's been any particularly new world-breaking records as of recently concerning like cutesy, romantic relationship stuff. But here are some old ones that were, I think, kind of interesting. Now, first of all, Victoria, if you were to guess, what do you think, duration-wise, is the longest kiss recorded? I'm not sure if you read the article or not, so I figured I'd at least throw it out there.
No, I've just seen the picture.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, I will share that picture then as you're thinking about it.
Okay. Longest kiss recorded.
How long? Maybe a couple hours? Maybe
Well,
like
I don't
a
know. It
day?
depends. Like, does it count if you pause it when somebody kisses and then leave it on the TV for a while, like during a movie?
I don't think so. I mean, that would be the easy
okay.
way, or else I probably would have attempted by that point. Just
Okay,
saying.
so I don't know, 2 days.
2 days.
maybe.
That's actually pretty.
I mean, I know teenagers. They can go for a while. It's like great.
Well, actually, that's pretty close. It's the longest recorded kiss is around 58 hours and 58.35 hours, which was done, I think, last year in Thailand by
Ow.
Ikachai and Lakansana Tirana.
Laksana.
Yeah, Laksana. Yeah, there you go.
Ekachai and Laksana.
Yes. Yeah, I think that the screen's like all the way over here, so I'm like trying to read it.
You're like, what's the word?
what is this saying? But anyway, yeah, 58.35 hours. So that's,
Wow.
that's a good amount of time. And I think the way it works is you don't have to like French or anything. You just have to keep your lips.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. You probably don't want to if you're going for that long. I mean, think about,
Oh my God, your mouth would get so dry.
not to mention all the other bodily functions that you probably want to take care of, go to the bathroom, eat,
I didn't even think about that. So
Yeah.
wait,
You got a little pot? I don't know.
I would say, what are they doing? Standing on a grate? Like, so that it's like, oh, hey, let's just, pee down here. And then how do you eat?
I don't know.
Because I'm sorry, I'd get hungry. I'd be like, I don't care who it is. Like, it could be Benedict Cumberbatch and I'd be like, sweetheart, I'm sorry, but Tori needs some food.
Yeah.
That'd be like after an hour. I'm like, okay, hungry now.
No, seriously though, I think that's a great question. I don't know, because you would imagine that they'd have to drink some water or eat something in that span of almost 56 hours or 50. I'm sorry.
Like, I mean,
59.
you just need to continuously like moisten your face. Like, and then like this picture, they look so happy. Like, look, she's just like, oh my God, if I ever have to kiss another fool again, like, he's just going, really? He's like, my neck can only be here.
Yeah, so I guess that this particular, when they were doing this, there were about another 9 couples doing the same, trying to go for the record. And I guess one of the, actually what's really cute, I think, was one of the couples that they were facing was in their 70s. But of course, this couple was the one that
It's easier.
won.
They don't have teeth. You just pop them out. Like, wouldn't be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, because think about it. Like, I don't know, but man, your mouth is gonna get so dry. Like, you ever have just your teeth are dry because your mouth is dry? Like, so uncomfortable.
Yeah. So maybe
Can you imagine the amount of chapstick that they would need after this?
Quite a bit. I guess they're just maybe swapping saliva, maybe. Here, take some.
Like, that is, I'm not gonna lie, but that is an intense game of tonsil hockey going on. Like, hot dang.
Now, I was thinking or wondering was that, what's the incentive for doing this kind of thing? And besides, of course, there is a cash prize, but in addition to a cash prize, which I'm not totally sure how much they made from winning, but I know that they also got 2 diamond rings from being the winners. So, it probably
That's
was
commitment.
Yeah.
Plot twist, they leave and go marry other people.
And yeah, we actually aren't even a couple. We just said we had the last name and that we liked each other, but we don't.
Right.
Actually, we hate each other. We just wanted diamond rings.
Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds totally plausible.
Yeah, Anyway, so taking it down a notch, how about the longest hug? Now, what do you think, duration-wise? What do you think for the longest hug?
The longest hug or the most hugs?
The longest. So same thing as the kiss. Like how long in one
How
single duration?
long? One single duration of a hug. Well, mm, okay. So to be completely and utterly rude, technically, I guess the longest hug you could say was a couple in Pompeii that died. They died holding each other, and when their bones
Oh
were
yeah,
refound, they were still holding each other.
that's true.
So I don't know. I don't know, man. You got to beat, thousands of years.
Okay, well, assuming you don't get sealed in ash,
Oh, so you want a living hug?
right? Preferably.
Hmm. No, I don't know, man. I don't know. Longest hug.
About 24 hours and 33 minutes. That's the
Wow.
longest recorded hug by Ron O'Neill and I think it's Teresa Kerr in Canada. So that's pretty long time. And then I actually was watching a video recently where I think they were in Thailand doing I think it was sponsored by Guinness Book World Record, and a whole bunch of people were participating all at once. And I'm not
Wow.
sure if these are the same rules, the ones that the Canadians, the ones that, well, how they did it. I'm not sure what the rules were, but I know that the rules for this new video I saw it was pretty intense. You couldn't let your hands drop. You had to be standing, and you
Okay.
had to be holding each other. And pretty much, since you can't sit down or anything, you have to just hold. You can't really move that much. And I thought the 24 hours of doing that, if that's what they had to do, that's pretty intense.
Wow.
Yeah. Because with kissing, I guess you can, move more. You just have to keep your lips against the other person.
You know how you see, you know how you practice for these things? So for like that hugging one, you have to stand and like hold somebody. Okay, you stand like outside Disneyland, or stand in lines at Disneyland, and you just like hold a small child, so you got a little bit of weight, and so your arms are used to being up that high.
Yep.
Or even better, Black Friday, you stand outside with, a TV and just hold it and like stand in line for 24 hours waiting to buy it. See, these pros, they're thinking, they're using their noodles.
That's one way to do it for sure. Faux show.
For show. I don't know. Like, no, my whole thing is you really have to be a cuddler. Like, you have to be a hugger.
Which I know you are.
I'm a hugger. My love language is touch. Like, I love hugs. And so, like for me, wouldn't bother me at all. But like, shout out to my best friend Catherine, who can do hugs for about the 5 seconds, and then she's like, okay, now get off.
Yep.
No, it would be like sensory overload for her. It would be torture. She'd be like, why are you hugging me that long? Like,
So what Victoria's
Yeah.
trying to say is, if you see her somewhere on the street or in the store, go hug her. Go hug her.
I swear to God, you hug me and like you say, so about that alarm clock, I'm decking you. Yeah.
Now you have to say it if you see
Now I
it.
have yet. Watch me just go.
So I got the vibe, and then the weird part is that it's a dude, but besides that.
It would be. No, my luck, it would be. But yeah, no, okay, so kudos to them. Now, are there any other like really cool records?
There are. This one's less of a record in the sense that, like, the other ones where you'd have to, well, I'm not going to say like this one you don't have to work on, because this is actually, in a way, the hardest, but in the way it's not. So this is the world's longest marriage. As you can tell, I'm giving you a second here.
Well, no, I'm thinking everybody thinks that their marriage is the longest, because if you've been with anybody longer than a week, you're already just like, longest marriage. Okay, well, let's do the math.
Okay.
I'm gonna figure this out mathematically.
Do it.
Say they got married around like 20.
Okay.
Okay, so they get married when they're 20.
Mm-hmm.
Life expectancy, we'll just say 100 years to go off of the Five for Fighting song. About 100 years.
I'll give you a hint. The husband died at 105.
Then I'm going to say 85.
Wow, that is really good. 86 years and 9 months.
Yes.
That is really good.
Well, thank you. That's amazing. 86 years and 9 months.
Yep. Between Herbert and Zelmira Fisher. And the marriage obviously ended when Herbert died at 105.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's pretty.
Dang.
Yeah. Right.
Like, okay, so my question is, what do you get on your 86th anniversary? You know, like you get diamonds on your 50th or something stupid thing like that. Like at
Birthday
86,
stone.
like, is 86 when you get the kitchen sink? Like, just, I've given you everything. Now here's this. Or is 86 when you finally show your wife your internet history? Because if she stayed that long, yeah.
It's like I assume I don't even know if they even knew how to use the internet.
105, he eventually learned.
Some people are resistant to change.
This is true. I mean, they were pretty resistant to change. They stayed with each other for 86 years. That's amazing. Like, now that's just, I want to know like everything about it now. The like deep, dark, secret romantic in me is just like, oh, and the rest of me is just like, wow.
Yeah.
I can't even commit to, eating healthy for a week.
But maybe marriage would be different because you have that person, Oh.
Marriage will be different than me being on a diet. You're right. It'd be completely different. I would have a reason to be on a diet. Yeah, anyways. No, that's really sweet. And I wonder how old Zelmira is, or Zelmira. Like,
yeah, I know that the date is on the Guinness Book World Record of what year and month that Herbert died. So I don't know how long ago. That probably was, I assume, maybe a couple years ago, maybe. But I don't know. I'm not sure if she's still around. I don't know.
Okay.
And
and I wonder if anybody's asked her, so thinking about getting remarried?
yeah,
like,
thinking about it.
You're right. You want to beat this record? Oh, I've got it. I'm on to it.
I'm going for 90.
Right.
And then
dang.
Yeah, and then my final one, because we're running out of time here. The last one I have is the largest underwater wedding.
So what you're saying is that the Little Mermaid done.
Well, she probably won that one. But assuming it's human beings.
Oh, wait, no, she got married in a boat. That doesn't count. Anyways, go on.
Good point. So the largest underwater wedding consisted of 303 divers at a diving base in Poland.
Okay.
Now, specific-wise, obviously, it's quite a thing to do underwater weddings. So it only lasted about 18 minutes. And
well, yeah, because then everybody gets, oxygen deprivation, and then that's when the real bad decisions are made.
Zelmira's down there like, oh, I'm not feeling so good.
I waited 86 years for this. I'm heading up.
And then,
so wait, they got married underwater.
Exactly. 303 divers altogether. And then there's, I think, a priest or a preacher that also was a licensed, I think Frogger is the term that they used for it. And it included waterproof text and sign language to make the whole thing happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How awkward would that be if a fish got in between the two of them, and then it was like the fish got up in the chick's face and technically kissed her mask, and it's like, oh no, she's married to a fish.
I thought the fish was going to object.
Oh yes,
I object.
You see a great white shark comes out of nowhere and is just like, I object, and this needs to happen. Why hasn't sci-fi made this?
My name
Shark
is
wedding.
Bruce.
Yeah, right.
I object.
Fish are friends, not food, and I'm not going to be friend zoned by her.
And your wife is now mine.
A chum, oh, that would just be and the wedding march would be dun dun.
Of course, you got to have the Jaws theme. It's a necessity for any underwater shark wedding.
Of course. And then, you know what? That's the whole deal about Jaws. I bet you think he was just trying to get guests for the wedding and nobody would show up.
No.
And then he's and then he loses the love of his life, and Roy Scheider says, "Smile, you SOB," and shoots him. And it's the saddest love story in the world. Steven Spielberg, you monster.
I knew it. I knew the entire time that was what was going on.
Yep.
I knew it.
Yep.
Well, with that, we are out of
Just
Well, with that,
and
we
we're
are
done.
out of time. So thank you for joining us for another episode of Stories of Weird. We hope you enjoyed it. Please comment with any thoughts you might have about the vibe, or maybe some cool other records that you can think of that you know of, or maybe that you would be interested to know more about. I mean, just anything. The comment section is open to you.
Right.
It's
In fact, I would like to know how long many of you have made out with your partner. Like duration. I want to see who is the longest smoocher
Yeah,
in
she
our
wants to
viewers.
see. So that means video uploads. Just send us the links.
It's going to be a really interesting Valentine's Day for this single lady.
I'll get my fix.
Oh, disgusting.
Just saying. Just saying.
I mean, love is so pretty.
Oh, very pretty.
So pretty. Well, thank you again, guys, for tuning in, and enjoy tomorrow. Those of you who have a not a single, who have a significant other. Those of you who don't, enjoy tomorrow because it's Friday.
Yeah.
Holla.
TGIF.
And yeah, and a special shout out to my brother who's turning 22 tomorrow. Yay. He
Happy
lived that
birthday,
long.
brother. Woo!
Yeah. All right.
And of course, we have our podcast live every Thursday at 5 p.m. PST, and hopefully Corey will be back with us. I know he had to be doing weird things this week, and you know, it has to happen. For all you know, I might have to go out and do some weird stuff and be in the news for the weird section. I don't know.
As long as I get dibs on all those stories.
You know, you're going to talk to Corey, I think, when he gets back about that, because he might want the story about me or you. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Like anybody's going to write a story about me in the news.
Well, you just got to go out and do a few things, and you're good to go.
Oh.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
You got them all in the vibe, and go. Just kidding.
Oh man, does anybody else regret their story? Because I do. Oh, so good.
And with that, guys, stay weird, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
See you, everybody.